Mr. Lieback, thanks so much for coming to our offices today.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm very sorry to hear that your grandmother is in the hospital based on this situation. We want to help you, and we want to help the situation by meeting with an arbiter to settle this dispute out of court. Nobody likes going to court, the legal fees and all those different things. And it sounds to me like all you and your family are seeking to do here is to cover some medical expenses, which you did not think you would incur at all. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about what happened that day when you and your grandmother pulled up at the McDonald's?
Well, my grandma and I decided to take a drive, and we stopped for breakfast at McDonald's. I pulled up to the window. I was handed coffee. I then gave the coffee to my grandma, and I decided to pull off. I poured over so she can add cream and sugar in the coffee.
Okay.
When she took the lid off, the coffee spilled in her lap. It startled me because I heard a loud yell. And from that day on, she's in the hospital now, suffering third-degree burns.
Third-degree burns.
Yes.
Let me write that down because that seems severe for a coffee spill. I mean, I've spilled coffee on myself before and never had to be hospitalized for 8 days. So tell me a little bit more about that situation. So she's in the hospital currently.
Yes, she's in the hospital currently, third-degree burns, with medical costs totaling $11,000. She's asked McDonald's to pay her $20,000 in the settlement case.
Mm-hmm.
But McDonald's offered to pay $800.
$800?
Yes.
Your grandmother's been in the hospital for 8 days. She's asked, the bills are $11,000.
Yes.
She's asked for $20, and they've offered her $800.
Yes, with 16% of her body, third-degree burns. And
That's important information too.
to us, it seemed like a slap in the face.
Okay. Yeah, it's a huge slap in the face. Organizations like this could absolutely, make this kind of stuff go away. And undoubtedly, it appears that no one has warned you that the coffee was so hot that it could hospitalize you. This is a classic case of negligence. I think we've got a case here. Negligence is under the doctrine of unintentional tort. Negligence, unintentional tort, are interchangeable things. I think to be successful, which we will be, there's a duty of care that McDonald's is not representing, so they're breaching that duty of care to the customer. I think thirdly, we both know that your grandmother has suffered some injury. You thought a brief short burn, cleaned up the coffee, and she's been in the hospital for 8 days and is still there currently. And the last thing here, in the case of McDonald's, the defendant is negligent because they caused the injury. I personally view this, and we'll do some more research on it, there's some extra negligence going on because they've only offered you $800 for something that they could have easily resolved. I think we've got enough information here to sit with the arbiter, as they are also going to do. McDonald's will meet with the same arbiter to try to resolve this as a settlement option. However, I think both you and your grandmother are going to walk away singing, "You're loving it."
Thank you.